Morning. I'm Mike D. Haven. I'm a CPA and partner with Rayner and Company. On behalf of Joe Fabrizio, my partner, our other partners, and staff at Rayner, we're so pleased to be the nonprofit, the sponsor for the Krapf Award, the Lifetime Achievement Award. Many of you know the Krapfs. Many of you know that they have a very successful third-generation transportation business. It's headquartered here in Chester County, but they employ hundreds of people in several states, and you wouldn't know it by knowing them. They're such wonderful, humble people, the whole family, and really extends to many of the employees that are here as well. They're just such a wonderful group. But what makes, there's a lot of successful entrepreneurs and business owners in Chester County, but what makes them different is they're not just content with just being successful business people. They're truly leaders in our chamber, and they're truly leaders in our community. They lead by example. They lead by their time that they give, their resources, and their talents to the chamber, to the other boards that they serve on. And also, really, for this chamber, I've been involved in this chamber for a long time, and really, I think since inception, Dale and Dallas have been supporters of this chamber and also the Chamber Foundation as well. Year in and year out, they're always ones to be counted on for that as well. In 2016, the Krapf board selected Alex's Lemonade Stand as their official charity, but that was, that partnership was in addition to the sponsorships that they currently provide to the schools they serve, and as well as the community at large. Individually, for Dale, Dale is a former CEO of the Year Award winner here. He's a former board chair, but even before and after that, he was a very active board member for a long time. And as a former chair, and there's other current and former chairs in this room, Dale has been just a great resource. Great to have your friendship and support for all these years, Dale. And it's not just the chamber that Dale supported. It's got a long list. In addition to the chamber service, he's trustee for his alma mater, Lycoming College, for over 25 years. Former board chair for the United Motor Coast Association, past president of the National School Transportation Association, and founder of the Pennsylvania School Bus Association. And to Dallas Krapf. The book today calls him a true humanitarian, which is very true. The list of organizations that he served is long. But a couple of the top ones, those that know Dallas know he's an exceptionally dedicated Penn State supporter. I'm sure Dallas is a trustee of Penn State Great Valley, and Dallas and his wife Di have endowments to support the Great Valley campus and also scholarships for Penn State's ROTC students. And also, on a personal note, if your children are considering Penn State and other schools, if you take your child with Dallas to a football game, I guarantee he will seal the deal. He'll be going to Penn State. Dallas's generous support of Lycoming College, where he attended, resulted in being conferred a Doctor of Laws degree. He's a board member for Fulton Bank's Brandywine Division, Chester County Hospital Foundation, and he's chair of the Chester County Hospital Turk's Head Board. And he's also the founder of the Krapf Family Children's Library within Coatesville Library. And also for our chamber, he's been a generous sponsor and also an active board member on our chamber political action committee for many years. So for Dale and Dallas, thank you for all you've done for our chamber for all these years and for the community. And please help me join in recognizing them as a Lifetime Achievement Award.
Dale and I agreed that I would go first since I'm his little brother. I too would like to thank the Chamber Board for this wonderful honor. I told several people this morning, I guess when you turn 70, when you're on the way out the door, they want to honor you to make sure that you continue to stay involved. But my life has been blessed with so many positives, and today is another special day to receive this recognition. I thank all my friends that took the time off to be here this morning to attend the breakfast. Someone said to me, I've never seen a chamber breakfast so active at 7:30 in the morning. So I hope next year you honor somebody that brings a nice crowd in also. I thank, and Dale's going to recognize our staff, friends, and family members that work for Krapf. My wife and I, Di, have been able to support so many wonderful nonprofits here in Chester County. These organizations do so much good for so many. They work very hard to raise money, which has been talked about already this morning. So I thought I'd be a cheerleader for a few moments to recognize their efforts. It's really so hard. I've heard Michelle say this. It's so hard to understand how in such a wealthy county there are so many persons with so many needs. So here goes my top 10. If I left you off, I apologize. I'll continue to send you a check if I missed you. First off, Larry at the Chester County Food Bank. They provide for so many every day, putting food on the table so they can feed their families. And I know Bob McNeil has been a huge supporter of the Chester County Food Bank. It probably wouldn't exist if it wasn't for Bob, and I know Bob's not here today. Jan at the Lord's Pantry in Downingtown provides food for 400 to 500 families weekly. Maureen at the Community Volunteers of Medicine, which she was mentioned a minute ago in Westchester, provides all types of medical services to so many families that have no medical insurance. Robert at Good Works in Coatesville helps repair homes that have so many issues such as leaks, mold, no heat, or just falling down. They also build homes for those that are in dire need also. Amy at Handicrafters in Thorndale provides a workplace for so many individuals with special needs that helps them to have a purpose in life. If you've never been to Handicrafters, you should take a moment out or a couple hours and go visit, and you'll support them when you leave the building, because it is such a wonderful organization for those clients that we transport to the Handicrafters. But Bob Spatola was a huge supporter of Handicrafters. We lost Bob, and I don't think they can fill his shoes there, but it's a great organization. Dana and Vanessa at the Brandywine Health Foundation in Thorndale work so hard to improve the health and the well-being of people who live and work in greater Coatesville area. I said Thorndale, actually Coatesville. 2 libraries that we've been big supporters of. Elizabeth at the Downingtown Library. If you haven't been to the new Downingtown Library in Downingtown, go visit there. It's a very, very active place. There's so many people out there that can't afford internet. The libraries that's what's bringing people to the libraries today, the internet system. And we have a conference room at the Downingtown Library. That's the M. Eleanor Krapf Conference Room. We honored our mother there. The Coatesville Public Library, we have the Krapf's Children's Family Library there. We did that after our dad passed, and it's Coatesville. Dale and I both graduated from Coatesville High School. Coatesville's coming back, I promise you, it's coming back. And it's a very busy place on a regular basis. Mike at the Chester County Hospital, what a wonderful hospital that provides exceptional care to so many. And we're growing every day. If you go by there, you'll see the additions that are going on there. We're creating a world-class health care for all Chester County residents. It's a wonderful, I know Paoli Hospital's down the road, but Chester County Hospital's in the center of Chester County, and it's a wonderful hospital. And 2 other boards that I serve on, the Fulton Bank Board, Brandywine Division, and Penn State Great Valley. And most of you know, as Mike said, Penn State is forever in my heart. So if you're looking for an organization support, as been said here earlier, there are so many here in Chester County, but they're pretty much my top 10 and my wife's and I top 10 that we enjoy supporting for sure. So thank you very much for this Lifetime Achievement Award. It's a wonderful honor, and I don't know who's going to be the quarterback at Penn State this year.
Good morning. For years I've been telling everyone that I am Dallas's younger brother, but he certainly set the record straight publicly this morning. So if he's 70, that makes me somewhat north of that. But I'm proud to be the oldest Krapf and chairman of the board, and I'm humbled by this award this morning. I thank you very much. Thanks to the board of the chamber. Thanks to the people that work for the chamber. Without you folks, there would be no Lifetime Achievement Award. You know, Chester County is the home to the Krapf family since the early 1900s. What a great place to live and raise a family. We are really blessed here in Chester County with great weather, 4 seasons. We saw a little bit of that this morning, which I love. Great public schools and private schools, great hospitals, great business opportunities, great government, and as well, a good social life, many great restaurants and many things to do. We are truly one of the top 10 counties in the country. There's no doubt about it. I want to take a moment and just introduce a couple of the corporate owners of Krapf. So I'd like, there's 4 of the owners, the next generation owners, that are here this morning. I'd like Allison, Blake, Brad, and Gary to stand up, please. And we have a 4th generation owner here as well this morning, or not an owner yet, but a 4th generation member. Allison, would you please stand up? And the rest of our 2 tables this morning, we can't, we are all about our employees. We always have been, we always will be, and we just have assembled a great group of people to work for the Krapf companies. Please stand up. I probably should have collaborated with Mike prior to the rest of my notes, but I did not, and so you're going to hear some things again that he already said, but I'm going to go on with my notes here regardless. One thing about the Krapf Bus Company, or the Krapf Group, as you will, if you will, that many of you really do not know is that we are a company that operates 2,800 buses in 5 different states, and we're very proud of that. Our core business are yellow school buses. However, we have a very strong commercial side, both here in Chester County and in Rome and Syracuse, New York. The samplings of some of our commercial side are the Navy Yard shuttle in Philadelphia, the Philadelphia Flash Route A that runs between Coatesville and Westchester, Rover, which we provide 1,500 rides per day to senior citizens and other socially involved people that need those rides, and we're very, very proud of all those services. On the other side, our Yellow School Bus Company, we are the 5th largest school bus company in the United States, and we are the largest family-owned school bus company in this country. And like I said earlier, we've always treated our employees like family, and I hope as the 3rd and 4th generation continue, that they will do the same thing and have the same values that we had since our father and mother started the company in 1942. I'm going to talk just a little bit for a moment about some of our commitments. Dallas talked about the philanthropy of himself and as well as the company. But we have always been involved with a number of organizations that have served us and served our community. I was not one of the founding members of the chamber, like Howard Stevens or Al Eastburn or Bob Thompson, that did find it, but I was soon on board right after the chamber was founded back in the early 90s. So we were one of their first members, and I'm proud to say I was chairman of the chamber from 1997 to 1999. A little bit about our industry commitment. PSBA, which is the Pennsylvania School Bus Association. My father was president of that organization back in the 60s. Myself and my brother were presidents in the 80s. My son Blake was president just a few years ago. And someone in the room and part of our staff, Sean McGlinchey, is now part of that executive board. NSTA, National School Transportation Association. Very proud to say that I was chairman of that organization for 2 years back in the early 2000s. And my son Blake is the current chairman of NSTA. And my son Brad sits on the executive board of that organization. UMA, United Motor Coach Association. I was also chairman of that organization back just a year or two ago, and I'm proud to say that I'm the only one that has had both hats, both the school bus and the motor coach associations, as chair. At one point, just a year ago, Blake was chairman of NSTA. Gary was chairman of the International Motor Coach Group, and I was chairman of the United Motor Coach Association, all at the same time. We have had a great tradition of supporting our industry associations. We just concluded our 75th anniversary celebration. As I said, the company started in '42. We took a year to celebrate that, and in that year, we decided to write a book. And my brother and I were sitting around looking for some answers to some questions 4 or 5 years ago, and I said to him, I said, Grammy would know those answers. And Grammy is my mother, and everyone in her older years, both students, people at the church, our family, everyone referred to her as Grammy. She was an encyclopedia. Trouble was, Grammy was no longer there. So I said to Dallas, we've got to write a book. We've got to get this down on paper so that the history will go forward, and it'll be my son's and Allison's job to write another one at our 100th anniversary a few years from now. In that book, we went through several iterations, and it's not an easy process. But I'm proud to say that we finally came up with a product that I really like, and I need to recognize Ann Taylor, who became the author of the Krapf Way. Ann, please stand up. Thank you very much, Ann. The book is not for sale, but if any of you or our business friends would like to have a copy, just see Amy or Ann over here at table 17, I think it is. 16, and give them a business card, and we'll see that you get a copy. It's been a great ride. I'm very, very happy that I chose to do what I did and follow my father's footsteps. And it's been just a delight to be part of this county and be part of this community. thank you very much. I've always said, work hard, play hard, and I can plan to continue doing that as I go forward. Thank you.